Today's podcast is presented by Podgo. Podgo is the easiest way for you to monetize your podcast, providing podcasters with a flat rate for ad space so you always know how much you get when you include an ad from Podgo.
Apply today and become a member and immediately be connected with advertisers that fit your audience. That's podgo.co at podgo.co.
And be sure to add our podcast in the How Did You Hear About Podgo section of the application.
Ideals like peace, freedom, and justice, they get packed up, but we can all go home. Well, I'm not going home. I'm gonna get on my boat, and I'm going upriver, and I'm going to kick that son of a bitch bison's ass so hard that the next bison wannabe is gonna feel it. Now, who wants to go home and who wants to go with me?
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 270. Before we start the show, we want to thank all of our wonderful fans who have supported us. And if you want to show support for the Rated G network, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/Rated G for Gamers. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Rated G for Gamers. And finally, please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all the love. I'm your host, Dave Rotino, and this is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster formerly known as Classic Robinson.
What's going on, man? Did you know, I was actually before we started recording, I was just looking at a YouTube channel, and they had the differences in the portion sizes of fast food between the U.S. and the U.K.
Oh, it's probably vastly different.
I didn't think that was like a thing, right? I just thought that maybe you called it something. You just called it something different, right? Like we already know, a Royale with cheese, right?
Right. Famously from Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
Yeah, but they get like smaller portions than we get. It was weird. It was like, really? And the only thing that was like equal was like Starbucks.
Okay. Oh, the coffee. Yeah.
The coffee. That was the only thing that was equal. But even Starbucks was jipping all of us, right? Where we get like a 16-ounce cup, but only like 15 ounces or 14 ounces of actual coffee.
Right. Because they're leaving room for milk, whether you want it or not.
Yeah, pretty much. But the only one, the iced coffee, was pretty like 1-to-1. That's because it's a see-through cup, and you could tell. Right. It's hard to skip there's room
on
in
that.
there. Yeah. So,
Wow.
But like KFC, McDonald's, we get bigger portions than they do.
Oh yeah. It's not to kind of harp on the stereotypes, lazy Americans, big fat Americans, and whatever else, but it's true.
Lazy. Oh, I'm lazy, 100%. I'm supposed to be taking out the trash right now, and I'm sitting here recording.
We like our things big, right? We like our things plentiful, right? We like big houses, big yards, Big Macs, everything big.
Well, so many things I could say, but I'll leave it at that. This isn't Rated G After Dark. I'll just leave.
There you go. Yeah. It's it's interesting when you kind of look at it from an outside perspective, right?
Well, listen, you know what I got? The moral of the story I got is, just don't eat fast food in the UK. That's the moral of this.
I actually had KFC in France. It tasted the same.
It was like exactly the same. You get like some special Dijon mustard sauce past the Dijon.
I got a 3-piece and a biscuit with fries, if I remember correctly. It was like one of the last days in France, so I'm like, whatever. I'll get some non-traditional food. And it wasn't like I went home and had American KFC and like that was amazingly different, but it tasted similar enough. So
Gotcha.
It was definitely smaller though. I'll tell you that.
And also, I actually saw the Venom 2 trailer. By the way.
Ooh, yes.
I don't know if you peeped that. Mm-hmm. So I didn't see the first one. I still haven't seen the first one. Mm-hmm. But this one looks pretty funny.
Yeah.
It looks pretty funny.
Yeah.
I just don't know about Woody Harrelson playing like Carnage.
Oh,
it looks just like Venom, except for he's just red.
Right. So Woody Harrelson's
and they
a
got
great
the Daily
actor,
Bugle. The Daily Bugle is in it, so it's like a tie-in to Spider-Man. So it's still kind of in the MCU, right?
Right.
It could be a different universe. It could be a different universe.
He wasn't in the first one, right? Spider-Man.
Spider-Man wasn't in the first one, but the Vulture was in the first one.
Interesting, which is a typical Spider-Man villain, right? It's iconic.
Yeah, but it was Michael Keaton, so it was the same. It was it was a tie-in. He's in the MCU.
It was the Vulture from the.
It was the Vulture
from the SCU, the Spider-Man Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
Because we have Spider-Man, we have Venom, and now Venom 2, and Morbius.
Morbius is delayed, yes, but that's out. So I'm looking
technically all in the same universe. So
I'm looking forward to the scene. Well, I want to see the first one because this one looks like he's just funny. Like Venom is just making breakfast and stuff, and he's just creating chaos because he can't cook.
Yeah.
And he's just like bon appetit, and he's like made everything and put everything on a plate, and you have like your cereal on top of your waffles and bacon. It looks terrible. So I want to see the movie though.
Yeah, it'll bring some levity to the whole universe.
Well, we're starting to see a lot of movies are going back into like you'll see it says theaters only, right? They're trying to appease the movie, the movie theaters before they go out of business.
Oh, they had it terrible, man. I don't know how they survived.
Yeah, but I don't even know if I want to go to the movies anymore. Like,
I disagree. You don't want to see a big blockbuster. You don't want to see Black Widow or the new Doctor Strange movie or whatever else Marvel's putting out.
I got a 60-inch, and I'm looking to get a 65-inch in the holiday season for the
but
I don't know.
But you don't have like a 500-inch, right? However big those screens are.
I'm spoiled. I'm kind of spoiled. I don't know if I want to go to the movies.
I understand.
Maybe for the end game. Maybe for like the Marvel's end game type style is like, you got like Superman versus Batman.
Right.
You got to see it. But like just on the regular, I can just wait. It's going to be out on demand in 2 months, 3 months. I
get that, right? I mean, that's always been a problem, right? It used to be that the cinema was a thing. Right, you had a little 13-inch, 20-inch TV if you were lucky back in the day, and it was black and white. Maybe it was color, right? And the theater was like a thing. Even in the 80s, the theater was a thing. How big were the TVs? 27, 30-inch at best. They were heavy. They weren't a great picture. The movies were still a thing.
Remember when the TV was its own entertainment stand, right?
Oh,
It was like this big block.
The Furniture Vision. Yeah.
It was the first, yeah. Yeah, we're old. Oh God.
Yeah, I know. So I mean, I get that like it was like a big different thing, but I will say not the COVID aspect. What's pre-COVID, having a crowd is kind of nice. It just I don't know. You're experiencing something with a lot of people. Maybe it's just me, but like I thought that was kind of nice. Like when you want to go see Endgame and everyone's there and you gasp when Thanos comes on screen and does the thing with the fist and snaps half of humanity.
No. I think it was also when you saw Captain America, pick up the hammer for the first time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh wow, yeah, like oh shit, he got the hammer, right.
And you get that kind of crowd, yeah.
Yeah, then he had both hammers, and then Thor was like, no, you take the small one. You take the little one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he must. Well, you know what? I mean, he's not from, he's American. He likes it big. He likes it big.
There you go, tying it all back. That's right.
All right, we got an awesome show this week. We're going to talk about Resident Evil 8 plagiarism, maybe, right? And we're going to talk about a potential new Donkey Kong game coming. But let's begin with Limited Run is confirmed. They're going to do E3. They got an E3 presentation.
Nice.
Right? They're going to be June 4th. So E3 is June 12th through the 15th. So they're right smack in the middle.
June 14th,
June 14th.
Yeah.
So,
good.
And then
nice. Nice.
And then EA has confirmed that they won't be at E3. They've confirmed that they'll have an EA Play July 22nd. But they will know. I take that back though, because I think EA will be at E3, just not like.
They'll be at the show floor, but they won't have a conference then. Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be. I don't think there's going to be like a show floor. It's digital.
Well, that's right.
It's all digital. Yeah. But listen, Battlefield 6, right?
Oh, you think some of that stuff maybe on the Microsoft stage or the
100%. 100%.
Okay.
It's going to be Microsoft is going to show Battle. I think they got they're probably going to have the marketing for that.
Right. I was going to say Sony stage, but Sony's not going to be there.
They keep teasing it. They keep teasing Battlefield 6. It's the worst kept secret. It's coming.
Inevitable. Yeah.
It's coming. Yeah. And they said it was going to be in June, right? All the leaks say they're going to announce it in June, so why not at E3? And if EA Play is going to be in July, I say it's going to be Microsoft that announce it.
Because I don't think we had a Battlefield last year.
No,
we did have one. We had 5 the year before, right? So it's about time. About time. And it's funny because they did Battlefield, and then 2, 3, 4, and some weird iterations. They went back to 1 because it was cute, World War 1. And then Battlefield 5 is World War 2. So you got to work on your naming, EA. Come on now.
That's why they're going to be at the Xbox stage. There's just 2 companies that just can't name things. Right.
Yeah, right. It's
there's
Xbox
synergies coming together.
Xbox 360, Xbox One. So then you got to call the original Xbox the OG Xbox, and then the Series, the One X. Ugh. It's all over the place.
Well. Listen, if you watch, if you watch like Major Nelson's like This Week in Xbox, before he used to say, it's coming to the Xbox One. It's coming back to the Xbox One. Now he just says it's coming to Xbox. So it's just like
because it's a platform.
Xbox.
Yeah, it's an all-encompassing platform, which like I kind of get. I think there's some benefit to that. Just coming to Xbox. It's if you have an Xbox device, you're good.
All right, so I got a game of grief here. I didn't know if we were going to make this a game of grief, but I'm going to make it a game of grief. It's a game of grief. This is, the big donkey. I'm going to take, if I could take the donkey of the day from Charlemagne, okay? It's got to be Square Enix.
Wow.
It's got to be Square Enix.
Donkey of the day.
It's got to be Square Enix. Come on. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade with the Yuffie DLC for the PlayStation 5. It will have a physical disc with the box. However, you'll get a voucher for the Yuffie DLC.
Okay.
Why do we get a voucher? Why isn't it on the disc? Come on. It should be on the disc. It should be pressed on the disc.
Ooh. So, okay. So let's go ahead and break this down because I think I hear what your complaint is here. We had Final Fantasy VII Remake, which was like 1/4 to 1/3 of the full original Final Fantasy VII, which was a 3-disc game and like 60 plus hours. All right. And that was a 60-hour game for the PlayStation 4. And now we have Intergrade, which I thought was just the name for the DLC, but apparently it's the original game and the DLC in voucher form for the PS5.
Yes.
Hoy. And you're saying that the DLC is not on the disc.
DLC is not on the disc. This is what I think.
Okay.
All right. I think they're just taking the PS4 version
and slapping it on the disc.
No. Take the PS4 version, slapping it in the PS5 box.
Yep.
With a day one patch for it to patch in all the PS5 upgrades and a voucher so you can redeem the Yuffie DLC. Which makes no sense to me. It should be at least on the disc.
Yeah.
People are pissed about this.
Oh, yeah.
Me included.
Because what are you buying?
The point?
You're buying a 5. You're buying a 5 on a plastic box. That's it.
Yes. I'm just buying a plastic box that says 5. That's all.
I
can just go buy the Yuffie DLC for what, $20 or whatever, how much it costs, right?
Yep.
And have it and have. Yeah, and it gets downloaded. So I don't need to buy this. I'm probably gonna buy it, but I don't need to buy this.
You're gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it. I'm a sucker. I like everything that's branded Final Fantasy. Doesn't matter. I'm still gonna buy it.
You're gonna have a PS5 game before you even have a PS5 console.
Yep.
Okay. That makes sense.
The one thing I'm gonna say, possibly in Square Enix's defense, and I know you're gonna I'm doing the Dan Robinson devil's advocate, is that maybe.
Come on, don't use my own arguments against me, man.
Hold on. Because Final Fantasy VII Remake, big game, right? They expanded out Midgar into a $60 game. You know, it was great. They reworked a bunch of stuff. They made it worth your while. A lot of people were like, "Is this how much game is going to be here for $60?" It was a full-on game in there, but it's not the end of the story. So maybe that you could fit that amount of data on one Blu-ray disc, and if you want the high-res assets for PS5, you want all the new, bells and whistles, right? That obviously is going to be more code and more like data files and textures and all that. To add on the Yuffie DLC on top of that, it may have made it 2 discs. And that would have required a different...
Final Fantasy VII was 2 discs anyway.
Final Fantasy VII was 3 discs originally.
Okay, well, there we go. Add a 4th disc.
But that was back in 1997, and that was on CD.
No. Final Fantasy VII, the remake, has 2 discs. You have the data disc, and then you have the play disc.
Oh, that's right. So it would have been at least 3 discs then. It would have been a third disc.
I'm okay with that. Did we have that on the 360? There was a couple of games that had 3 discs on the 360.
There was like one, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go.
Game. Yeah.
So we can live with the 3 discs.
Well, I don't. No. Us as the consumer, I am speaking as Square Enix in this hypothetical situation. Is maybe they said, let's not have 3 discs on there. Let's just make it a download.
Stop speaking as the donkey of the day. Speak as Dave Rotino.
As a fan, I'm upset. As a fan, I'm upset.
Okay. All right. So I need something to cheer me up. And you know what to cheer me up?
What's that?
All the leaks for all the different colored dual senses for the PS5, the PS5 controller, seem to be true. We just got officially announced the 2 different colors. Finally getting different colors for the DualSense the DualSense controllers.
Cosmic Red and Midnight Black. Those are your options.
I kind of want the Cosmic Red.
It looks cool.
It does.
I'll tell you though, why is there no like Royal Blue, right? Or Midnight Blue, honestly. And I would have done like
the system's only been out for 6 months. Come on, that's holiday colors right there. They're gonna sell out during the holiday. That's
blue?
Holiday shopping.
I mean, blue is iconic. Blue is the Sony color, right? Blue is the PlayStation color.
They're gonna put out like colors every like 3 to 4 months. Watch.
I ain't mad. I'm just saying for like branding purposes, why would you not do black and blue?
Because they're shifting, right? I mean, we didn't have a black console for the first time, right? The last 3 major consoles,
PS2, 3, and 4
were all black. The first one was gray, so they're doing something different. We're going white, right? So that's why they didn't want to put out the blue. They just wanted to be different.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't mad. When I get a PS5, definitely gonna pick up the Cosmic Red.
Come on, it's a furniture console. It's an IKEA console.
It's a furniture console. Oh yeah, Jesus. Yeah. They look cool. People will buy them. They'll boost sales. I mean, collectors are gonna go like hog wild. They're gonna get one of each, possibly 2. Keep one in the case and then keep one out for regular use.
I don't have that many like collectible like consoles, but I do have controllers. I have like the 25th anniversary controller. I have like I don't know, what was that, 50? We sold 50 million 50 million units or something. I don't know, 500 million units, whatever that.
Right.
See-through DualShock 4 controller. I have that. I didn't get the system, but I got the controller.
Right.
So I definitely want to get the controller for this. So Dave, as we always try to start this show but epically fail, what have you been playing?
Oh, I've been getting use out of my Games Pass then. You know, okay. I know we hate the all digital future, but there is some nice benefit to being able to play a kind of a smorgasbord. You get the You get the buffet style video game setup. So you get your shooters, and you get your EA games, you get your sports games, you get your Bethesda big RPGs, you get everything in there. So I've been playing the fantastic Xenocrisis by the Bitmap Brothers, and I decided
you are cheap. So I do, yeah, you are cheap. So that makes sense.
It's not that I'm cheap. It's that I have the service. I might as well use it. Plus, it's very hard to get the physical copy of Xenocrisis. So
listen, if you got $150,
yeah, exactly. Or you can just play it for free, which is fine. You know, I'll pick it up sometime.
You're not paying it for free. Mm-hmm. You're not playing it for free.
Oh, get out of here!
Dave always reminds me.
Get out of here! No! You can't claim. You can't claim. Well, I have all these points and I got the game for free.
That's what I'm saying.
You spend money to get the points.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so you're gonna go back in your statement. You're gonna go back in your statement that you didn't get Earthbound for free. No. Listen, did you get Earthbound for free or not?
You were speaking. Listen, you were speaking with the Square Enix hat on, right? So I got the Dave Rotino hat right now. I'm Dave Rotino.
Oh my god! Look at this guy. Look at this guy. All right. Yeah. Did you or did you not get?
It's not free. You pay for it.
Did you or did you not get Earthbound for free? That's all I want to know. Did you get Earthbound for free?
Oh, I got Earthbound for free. 100%.
Then
I got Ninja Gaiden the trilogy on SNES for free.
Then the Games Pass cost me nothing.
100%.
So there you go. Games Pass.
I got Casper the Friendly Ghost for PS.
Thank you. Yeah, you're proving my point. So it has to be one or the other. Either we paid for it, and it's just the original thing is cheaper.
I know you paid for free, but under the Dave Rotino scale, you paid for it. You paid $1, but you paid for it.
Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't pay $1 for it. I didn't pay $1 at all for it. It can't. Well, okay, yeah. There was the trial, and then it kind of got rolled up into some other stuff.
Yeah, so you did pay for it.
Which you still have to do, by the way. Convert your damn thing to Games Pass.
I got another year. I'm good. Well, I got 3 more months.
But you would save. You would get Games Pass for free, because you would pay $1 to convert it, and then every month you have left with Games with Gold is now Games Pass.
Yeah, when my trial is up. My 3-month trial is up, then I'll just convert it.
Well, then you're not going to have any. Oh, wait. You have Games Pass trial right now?
Yeah, you know that.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, well, wait. If you have Games Pass trial, then
I take that back. It's not the trial. I legit paid the bundle from GameStop for 3 months of Games Pass.
Oh, I think it's going to convert all of your leftover stuff to Games Pass for free. I think it does that.
Whatever.
I'm pretty sure it does that. So there you go. You are also getting Games Pass for free for the rest of your Games with Gold.
No. I'm getting it for free.
Oh, but I'm not. I see.
You're paying it.
I see. I love it. No. I understand.
Under your own advice.
I understand.
Your logic.
Dan Robinson is never wrong. I understand. I forgot about rule number 1. So
I'm not always right.
Anyway.
I'm not always right.
Anyway.
I'm just never wrong.
Well, and you'll never admit you're wrong. That's rule number 2. Whether you are or you aren't isn't even in question. You never will admit that you're wrong.
I'm never
and
wrong. I'm just not always right. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. So anyway, we're getting off topic here. Xenocrisis is fantastic from the Bitmap brothers.
Tough game.
It is, because they start you off on hard mode unless you go to options and switch it to easy.
Even in easy, it's a tough game, because
it is. But I can make it to
that you're doing is where you're shooting.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It's a twin stick shooter, just like Smash TV. Yeah. It's essentially Smash TV, just with a different coat of paint.
See,
I mean, it's more than that, but
it came out for the Genesis, the Dreamcast,
yes, it did.
The Vita. Mm-hmm. For some reason, I don't see it because you can play it on original hardware.
Yeah,
I don't see it as a Genesis game if I get it for Genesis. That's why I wouldn't want it for Genesis. I wouldn't want it for Dreamcast because I wouldn't see it. I personally don't see it as like a Dreamcast. It has to come out around that time. I don't want to have a new game that comes out for that system.
I mean, it still counts. They're not doing any trickery on it. Like it's legit straight hardware.
That's just how I feel. Like like the Vita, I can see. Like for the Vita and on, because it's a little bit more modern, then that's what it's for in my eyes.
But it's the like the fun thing to note is that it's the same across the board. So the Genesis version is the same as the Series X version that I'm playing, complete with like the the graphics and the kind of dithering and the sound clips and all that. Like it is like legit the same game.
Do you feel gypped? Would you like some Xbox upgrades?
No. I'm amazed every time that I play it. I'm like, you can play this on a Genesis as is, and it runs just the same. Like I've seen some clips of it being played, and it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild.
Okay.
I made it to the 5th level on easy.
I think I got it to the 3rd level, and I kind of lost interest. Just wasn't something I was into.
It's so good, man. So good. I love the soundtrack. It's great. Although the BFG sucks. It's terrible. Because every other weapon, more or less, is you can just hold down the stick, and it'll kind of auto fire for you. So when you like pick up the power weapons, you get like, I don't know, 20 seconds, 30 seconds to use it. With the BFG, if you hold it down, it's like you got to like charge it up and then let it go. Which
that sucks.
Yeah, it's not great because you have to aim in the right direction to where it's going to go and then recharge it again and then shoot it. So
yeah, you already died by then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But otherwise, all the weapons are fantastic. And then Day of the Tentacle, a classic LucasArts game by Ron Gilbert and Tim Schafer. Classic LucasArts adventure game. That's on Series X, so I'm going through that. And then both of us, we were playing It Takes Two.
It takes two, baby. It takes two, baby. Me and you.
Oh, it's so
Just
good.
takes two. Yeah, I love that game. That game's surprisingly excellent.
Yeah. I think it's Joseph Ferris's best game. From the guy
Wow.
who wrote Brothers, A Way Out, and now
Better
It
than
Takes
A Way
Two.
Out? You think it's better than A Way Out?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And I really liked A Way Out.
I liked The Way Out.
I thought it was
too.
good.
The Way Out was really good.
Yeah, it had some charm to it, but I think it was a little rough around the edges in some of the scenarios that you got into. But I think It Takes Two takes it to another level.
It Takes Two is a mixture of so many things.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like you had a fighting section there where you actually, you're playing like a Mortal Kombat Street Fighter style.
Yeah. They're doing Hadoukens and combos. That was real surprising.
And then we have a section where we're like a action RPG. Which was different. Right?
Yeah.
That was kind of different. Top down perspective, like it's just like a love letter to different genres of games.
Yeah, and every not even just every stage is themed differently. Every like part of every stage is always something new. You get a new weapon or a mechanic or a jetpack or moon boots or whatever, and it's always okay.
But I found out something interesting about you, Dave, playing the game.
What's that?
I knew. Okay, so I doing this show, I found out a lot of things about you. So doing this show, I found out you don't like chainsaws. You're afraid of chainsaws.
I hate chainsaws.
And now I found out that you don't want to kill any bunnies. You hate killing bunnies.
Elephant, by the way, and spoilers.
Oh, okay. All right. Wait.
Spoilers.
Revise. You hate killing elephants.
All right. Look. You should have prefaced that with spoiler, but I will say that there is a scene in Chapter 4, which is, did that not get to you at all?
No, I was like, let it go.
Wow, you are heartless, Dan. I'm sorry, you are heartless.
It wasn't much of a, okay. I don't think it's much of a spoiler. We're not even halfway through the game.
No. What's that spoil the reveal? But let's just say you have to do it too.
Let's just say there's something that you have to do. And Dave got a little emotional.
Dude, it was rough, and it was obviously the wrong thing to do.
It was right. Well,
no, it wasn't. You even said it. You even said it before. I think these main characters are on the wrong path, and I think the story's supposed to go like this, and I think you're right.
Yes,
I think you're right. So,
and to prove that, we had to do something nefarious, which I was all in. Oh,
because you're like whatever. Let's go.
You sit here, you play your Call of Duties, and you shoot people in the chest, and you get a little emotional about
But that's not. Call of Duty is just nameless guards who are coming out of like hallways. You don't know anything about them. There's no backstory. You don't know their families. It's fine. Bang bang, they're dead. Right? Grand Theft Auto. I will run over people all day. It's when you put a cutscene behind it, and then you get like the character talking, and they get turned into something. Then it's like, oh,
Grand Theft Auto, where you smack the stripper, and it's okay with Dave to do that. But then you get.
I'm not saying it. No, I'm not saying. Don't put words in my mouth, Dan. I'm not saying it's okay to do that. I'm just saying you don't know anything about that person.
You ran the pimp over with your car. It's okay. But
he's doing bad stuff, man. Come on now.
The pimp has kids to feed, and he's in the hospital, and yeah, come on. Come on. Everybody has a backstory.
Think about how he's treating his women. All right?
Everybody has a backstory.
Yeah, but if you don't know what the backstory is, how you supposed to feel, right? It's like that's what makes a good movie, right? That's what makes the Marvel movies so great, is because you get the backstory of Captain America. So why am I invested in this character?
Yeah, well, you know what I like.
And if Captain America dies, then you're like, oh my god, the feels.
I like Talking Dead on AMC, which is the show, the talk show they have like after The Walking Dead goes off.
Yep.
And they always have an homage to all the zombies that died, because all zombies are equal, Dave.
That's
you didn't
funny.
know?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you actually feel for the zombies who died?
I do feel for the zombies that died, okay?
Oh, I see.
That was somebody's father at one point when he was actually a human being.
Okay. All right. Whatever. I don't think that's true, but okay. So anyway, It Takes Two, fantastic. Highly recommend it, right?
And very emotional game, apparently.
Yeah. Definitely play it with a friend or your loved one or a family member. It is legit a co-op game for sure.
But you don't have a choice. You definitely need to play. You gotta have a second person to play.
Yeah.
So, the game is about teamwork at its core, right? It's about teamwork. I mean, all his games are about teamwork.
Yeah.
So It Takes Two, fantastic game. Love playing it. I've been playing new Pokemon Snap. It's definitely a game made for the Switch Lite, personally, if you ask me. It can get a little boring. I gotta say, I like the whole premise of Pokemon Snap. It's just a light gun game with the camera, essentially.
Yep.
Right? So, because it's coming out of nowhere, and you got to snap a picture before it goes, just like a zombie coming out of nowhere, and then you got to shoot it, and you didn't hear the backstory, so you just killed an unarmed zombie. But just saying.
Go on.
So take a picture. So it's like every level has like 3 levels in one, right? It's like you have to take pictures in a day, you take pictures at night, and then you like take pictures of like special Pokemon that come out. It's a little cumbersome because it's like, every time you finish it, they take you back to like the sub menu, and I know there's a lot of things you could do. You could save it to your photo album. You can, edit the pictures and all that stuff. But it really should be a little bit more linear for me. I would like it better, a little bit more linear, because I'm like always sitting here like, what do I have to do to get to the next level? I don't want to edit any stupid pictures.
You got to snap Pokemon and send them to Professor Oak. It ain't difficult. It ain't difficult.
I send him to the.
It's meant for kids.
It's not Professor Oak, but it is a professor. But I send it to the professor, and he does grade your pictures. But I don't care about editing, photo editing, and albums and sharing. Just say.
I don't think you have to do all that. You have to send it to the professor, and he's got to give you a grade.
But it should be. This is where you gotta go. This is the next level of where you gotta go to snap pictures. Tell me when you're ready to go here, and you can do all these other things if you want, but we're not going to automatically put you there after the level. That's what I'm saying.
This game is made for like 6-year-olds.
It's not made for 6-year-olds.
It's made for 6-year-olds, then.
Pokemon lovers who just can't get enough Pokemon.
I don't know. If you're finding that menu a little bit too complex, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm just saying it's a little bit too complex, man.
Okay.
What was your favorite? Okay, let me ask you a question. What was your favorite game of last year? 2020 favorite game.
I mean,
one of your favorite games.
Doom Eternal's up there.
Doom Eternal. Okay.
Yeah, Doom Eternal.
So what if they said? So Doom Eternal, after you beat a level, right? It automatically loads you into the menu system, and it's. Okay, well, you can upgrade your gun, you can change your gun, you can upgrade your gear, you can change your gear.
It technically does that, actually. There's a whole giant ship, which is like a maze. and you have to figure out like, well, I can go over here and like put these special keys to open up these locks.
But once
I can
you
check
open
out the like secrets
once you open the
room.
lock or go through the portal, it takes you to the next level that you have to do.
No, but you can do all the stuff that you're complaining about in the menu is in the home ship of Doom Eternal. Honestly, it is like a little bit of a mess because you can kind of like, where do I go? I don't know where to go. But I like it. I like running around and figuring out, I can open up this thing and get this special item and get this special armor. I don't know. It's fun. You don't have to do any of that. You can just go right to the next mission by hitting the big button.
I don't like it. Okay, it's just like saying
you need it to be. You need it to be like for 3-year-olds. You need the 3-year-old interface. You need a big,
you know what? The Last of Us
green
Part
button
2.
that says
The
hey,
Last of
today.
Us Part 2. The Last of Us Part 2. After you find whoever you got to find. I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Okay.
And you kill someone and you kill everybody or you get out of the building.
Yeah.
Instead of it taking you to the next cutscene into the next level, it takes you to a menu system where you can upgrade and craft and all this other stuff. And then you have to go. Now, just take me to the next level where I got to go.
I don't know. It's not a very complex game.
If I need to craft something,
I'll
hit pause. I'll hit pause, and I'll do it.
All you have to do is send your photos to the professor, get the grade, and if it's good enough, he'll open up the next area.
No, after you're done, it takes you to the menu where you, because like you're trying to find certain Pokemon, right? You could tell it's like, man, I missed 3. And I missed 3 because there's 3 empty folders. And then you got to pick which picture you want to use for that Pokemon.
You got to use the best one. Yeah.
After I do that, after I hit enter, I should go straight to the next level. I'm sorry. That's what I want. I go straight to the next level. I don't want to go to no hub system. If I want to go to the hub system, I'll go to the hub system myself. Just point me in the right direction where I got to go.
I'm gonna have to see this new interface to see what you're talking about because I can't imagine it being that complex.
You'll never see it because you're not a big Pokemon fan.
I'm just gonna watch a YouTube video. They're out there.
So,
all right.
But a game I do like. Mm-hmm. Near Replicant 1.22348578BDCD9847687.
Can you say that one more time for me? I don't think
you can't hit the rewind button.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's got a weird ass like number at the end of it. Yeah.
I like this game. It definitely has a twist at the end. I already know what the catch is. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say it, but I mean, the game is just it's the same game as Nier, right? It's just the Japanese version localized with a little bit of increased functionalities, like you can run, right? So that I think that was one of the biggest issues they had with the original game.
Right. Well, this is a remake of the 360 version, right? Just straight up Nier.
Well, it's not really a remake. It's sort of a
remaster maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Because the protagonist is different. Because, Western audience, they gave us this awesome Castlevania looking,
Simon Belmont-esque dude.
Protagonist, where here, it's just like a kid.
Interesting. There you go. And the difference is the sensibilities between Western audiences and the rest of the world.
Yeah. So I'm kind of digging it. It's definitely a 360 game. The load screens are atrocious compared to any game. Mm-hmm. I mean, shit. You play any PS5? I play Replicant. There is no loading screens in Replicant. I mean,
Automata.
Returnal.
Automata?
I meant Returnal. No, Returnal.
Okay.
There are no load screens in Returnal, right? You go to the next level. That's it.
Optimized for next gen, yeah.
Yeah, and they don't put you in a hub world where you gotta
you gotta
go through
hit the big red green button or the big red button to continue.
Yeah, you just go to the next level and start shooting. Where near Replicant, like every time you leave, sort of the hub world of the town, or you go into a building like the library. You're going to the library a lot, by the way. It's always a loading screen. It's like the 360 era, so I'm kind of spoiled. It's kind of annoying, but I'm really digging the game. Don't know if I'll finish it because it reminds me of Bayonetta a little bit, like if Bayonetta was an RPG. because it has the big boss battles. Mm-hmm. So I'm really digging it.
Nice.
So I'm gonna keep playing it.
Nice. You recommend it?
I do.
Okay.
I was gonna wait, but I kind of do recommend it. I got it. I'm playing it on the Series X.
Good deal. Good deal.
So, all right. With that said, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll get into the top gaming news of last week.
Hey, this is Matt Adler, freelance journalist for IGN, and you're listening to Rated G for Gamers podcast.
And we're back. All right, let's get into the top gaming news of last week. We have to start with Resident Evil plagiarism. Movie director says Resident Evil Village copied 2 monster designs from his movie. Was it Frankenstein's Monster? I think that's the name of the
Frankenstein's
movie.
Army.
Frankenstein's Army that came out like in 2013.
Yeah, bit of
And I gotta be honest,
budget horror movie, right?
If you take a look at it, if you look at the monsters side by side, one of the monsters looks inspired by his designs. Another one just seems like a blatant ripoff. The Propellerhead monster, right? It looks
Propellerhead
just
one is pretty damning. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of. Frankenstein's Army has giant monster with a actual plain propeller, you know, little three wing propeller push. You know, you kind of spin it. It looks awesome. Don't get me wrong, but Resident Evil legit rip that off. They had to have seen this movie.
come on.
No bones about it. Yeah.
I mean, no idea is original. I mean, you know, is what they say. Having to play devil's advocate, the thing that you like, you put back on me earlier in the show.
I'm just taking the Dan Robinson.
A monster with a propeller head. Seems like 1,000 people would come up with that idea.
I mean, it may have happened before. There may have been.
Seems
some
like it would be. I mean,
back
honestly,
in
if
the
you talk
day.
about the way the monster looks, I thought it would be in like a Silent Hill movie. I mean, a Silent Hill movie or Silent Hill video game.
Sure, it looks awesome, right? We could definitely both agree on that. And maybe it was done before.
And that's a scary monster too, because you don't want to touch it.
That's right.
How can you fight that? How can you fight that?
You get caught up in the blades or whatever it is. So.
Yeah.
And I guess also to add on to your devil's advocate thing, hundreds, thousands, everybody is inspired and takes things from other mediums. Look at Metroid. Metroid was 100% influenced by Alien. Right? Right down to the fact that one of the bosses is called Ridley, based off of Ridley Scott, the director of Alien.
Look at Donkey Kong.
Oh, there you go. Sued by Universal because, you basically made King Kong, but didn't call him King Kong. You called him Donkey Kong.
I know, but they lost, though.
I know.
Which I think this guy would lose in court if he did go, if you ask me.
Well, the thing of it is Capcom has a hell of a ton of money, and you kind of can't go up against a big organization like that. It's just too tough. But... yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty cut and dry with this one Propellerhead character.
I wonder how he found out, to be honest. We don't see how... I haven't read how he found out. I mean, is he, playing a game, right? And then goes in and says, what the hell? That's my monster. Or is it something that he just was watching a walkthrough? I mean, the monster is not like it's in the beginning of the game. It's it's in the middle. So...
I think there was a Twitter post, which is where all this kind of blew up from. Somebody Clone Corp or Clone Copy, Clone something or other, I think on Twitter is the one who found it and kind of posted the side by sides. And I think he either tagged the director directly or it got around to the director somehow. Because fans of Resident Evil and fans of horror movies, this is basically concentric. The circles are very, very, very close together.
He was very hurt. Or at least in his Twitter post, he was very hurt and angry. I don't know what you can do, and from my knowledge, Capcom hasn't, said anything about it. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't know what... I mean, he could try to bring up a lawsuit and maybe try to get compensated for that. Mm-hmm. But, how hard does Capcom would want to fight this, right? Because that's integrity right there. And you wouldn't want You wouldn't want someone to, because once you settle, here's the thing, settling just opens the doors to other people wanting to sue you. And that's why a lot of companies don't like to settle.
Right, because you set a precedent, right? If there's one person can do it, well, everybody can do it, right?
Well, I will say, I don't know if you have any plagiarism stories in your life, but I do. Mm-hmm. I have a plagiarism story.
You have a I remember you telling the story. You should definitely tell the fans.
I didn't get in trouble. Like I wasn't the one that actually copied someone. Mm-hmm. I got in trouble because they said that I allowed someone to copy off of me, right? Like doing my pre-law degree, I had a legal writing class and legal writing and research class, and then corporations class. Mm-hmm. Long story short, I had the same professor for both classes. Final paper due in the library all night, all weekend, drafting both briefs. Tiresome. I was an A student anyway. I was super tired, and if you back in those days, oh my god, it's like I'm super old. Back in those days, it was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Whatever work you did on a computer, you had to save to a thumb drive because at night it will wipe it clean, so everything's going to be deleted, right? So I saved my final on my thumb drive. I was calling it, and it was like 9 o'clock. I was like, I got like a long bus ride home. This is before Uber existed, because I definitely would have been catching Ubers back then. This girl, she was, struggling student. We were kind of friendly. I said, you know what? My paper, I'm done. You can, if you want to like take some inspiration or something from it, it's here because it's going to be deleted. So I don't care. 2 weeks later, I get called into the office. We both get called into the office. And he's like, you guys plagiarized this paper. Now, he knew, because a lot of times you had to submit a draft. You have to keep submitting drafts of papers. So he knew the work was my work, and that, she wrote, the papers all got are A papers, but her paper was usually like she's a C student, and now she has an A paper and has her every other sentence. She just copied every other sentence from me. So I could have got expelled for that, but I was done. I was graduating. That was the thing for me. I had everything to lose. So we took a deal, and it was like, okay, this one paper that was kind of plagiarized like every other paragraph or so, right? He was like, I'll let that one go. But this paper, the one that's blatantly every other sentence, I give it an F.
Oh.
And it brought my average from an A to a B. And it brought her average to a C, which is what she would have got if she would have just did her own paper.
Wow.
So I suffered in that sense.
Right.
I was pissed. So
that's a little left up. Left up.
And the moral of the story, never help anybody.
Never help anybody. Right? You tried to do something right. You're like, hey, look, I got you. Right?
Never help anybody.
Yeah,
and
she
I never helped anybody. She never apologized. She said, we could fight this. I was like, fight? There's nothing to fight. I'm going to get expelled.
She couldn't even own up to the fact that she's like, all right, fine. I give.
She was like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I was like, yes, it's bad. Every sentence you stole from me.
Wow, she wouldn't even admit. Oh, that's terrible.
I know.
That's terrible.
Pissed.
Yeah. Still, it seems like you're still harboring a little bit.
Damn right.
Holding a chip on that shoulder. I know.
Damn right.
I don't. Listen, you know what?
Listen, when we had that elephant, I pictured her. Okay.
Oh my God. That's why you're like, nah, she's got to go. Oh, now I see.
Damn.
Now I see. Wow. Yeah. I. You know what? Knock on wood. I've never had that happen. Never had people steal something like that from me. I've been shafted on a bunch of things and deals and whatever, sometime, work being done and not being paid for it, but never like taken my work and called it as, somebody else calling it as their own. So, but I mean, I feel for you. Like that's, it's terrible. She shouldn't have done that. She was in the wrong. Right.
But listen, I do feel a little bit for this guy. But I just feel like there's nothing he can do. If anything, be flattered that they even, they stole your design and it's in a big game.
That's the positive way to look at it, right? Because you obviously made something cool enough that Capcom, right, would take for one of their like flagship franchises. and say, we love this idea. Let's go ahead and use it in our game.
Okay, by the way, as a side note, I got Resident Evil 8. I bought it.
I knew it.
Okay.
I knew it. Come on now.
When I heard this story...
How well do I know you? When you say, I don't know if I'm going to buy it, you're going to buy it.
I got it for the Xbox.
Uh-huh.
I got it for the Xbox.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And as soon as this story broke, I went out and bought it because I was like, I don't know if Capcom is going to take this down and patch it out.
Oh, I don't know if you can. When it's like a major late game enemy like that, I mean, I think it is. I don't know how often it appears, but...
So I was like, no, I'm buying this game now just in case. Because, they take it off the shelves with a recall, and then, Resident Evil 8 is like, the rarest current gen game out there.
Yeah. No. You want to get the M-rated San Andreas. You don't want the AO San Andreas.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, all right. Let's shift gears to Sony. God of War Ragnarok. Looks like Jason Schreier is reporting that it is not coming out this year. It will be delayed.
Man.
And I told you so. I told you so because I said God of War Ragnarok and Horizon, the new Horizon game, can't come out the same year. They just can't. You got to push them out. You got.
I don't think they pushed it out because of competition concerns.
Not about competition, but I think you got to spread out the love. Nintendo was different. Nintendo had the Wii U, a failing console, and failing, people, companies, third-party companies were looking at Nintendo like, can you do this again? Like, can we had success with the Wii. The Wii U sucked. Should you be a console manufacturer anymore? So Nintendo had to go out there and put out Zelda and Mario in the same year. So I got that part. Mm-hmm. I don't think we need a God of War and Horizon at the same time, in the same year. So it looks like I think God of War's. I mean, again, they just said coming in 2021. They didn't give an actual release date. Mm-hmm. So it's not officially announced, but I'm sure that we'll get that soon. That's been pushed out. It looks like Horizon is still coming out this year, according to Jason Schreier. Whatever internal date they have, we don't know. We'll probably find out around E3. Mm-hmm. They're sticking to that. I say it's going to come out like in September or October around. I'm going to say, I'm going to stay September. I'm going to stick with September. It'll be
the start of Christmas 1, guaranteed.
Yes, it's going to get all the mind share, right? If it comes out in September,
and it makes sense. I would agree that Horizon Zero Dawn should be on track. For all that we know about it, it's using the same Decima engine, right? So they're able to. They don't have to start from scratch or whatever, right? They have a lot of internal Sony tools
came out in
that they can use.
2017.
That's
so
right.
A good 4 years.
Yeah. Which I think is, if you're using the same game engine, I think that's about enough time to create a new sequel from that. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I wasn't crazy about the first one, but I'm curious to see where they take the second one.
So I think God of War, because if they even internally said it was going to come out in 2021, I think it's almost ready, right? They got to work out some. To me, it's a combination of two things. Well, three things. One, we don't need to come out this year, right? At least from a Sony standpoint, they don't need to come out this year. They have Horizon. That's their big game. Right?
You need more than one, though. You need more than one.
They can't even get consoles out. They can't get consoles in the hands of players. They get it in the scalpers.
That's a whole other thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's. We have Horizon, right, and probably some other games too, but the big heavy hitters. Obviously, the zombie apocalypse, right? That slowed up everything, right? That's going to delay a lot of things, and Cyberpunk. Nobody wants
you definitely don't want a Cyberpunk on your hands. No.
Nobody wants a Cyberpunk on their hands. It's become a meme, right? So
put the game out when it's ready, when the game is done.
You don't want to lose all that goodwill that we got from God of War 2018. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Possibly the best one in the series.
Holiday 2022. So another year and a half.
Sure.
To get it right. So that's what I say. Yeah,
and you know what? I'm not banging down the door for a new God of War just yet. I want it. Trust me, I'm very hyped for it. But 2018, the 2018 God of War, I could go back to that and play that some more and still get a lot out of it and be okay and wait for the new God of War.
I wouldn't, be honest with you. I can't do it.
Ah.
I tried it. As a matter of fact, I tried. I tried getting into it again on the PS5, and I just couldn't.
Oh, it's too good.
And if there's anything we learned from the epic Apple battle with the Xbox leaks, these companies look at what's coming out for competition-wise, right? Like Xbox thought like Breath of the Wild 2 was coming out
this year?
Last year. No, last year.
Oh, last year. That's right. Yeah. And Metroid
Right.
too, for some reason.
Yeah, so I'm sure Sony is like, all right, Halo's probably going to come out in November. We have Call of Duty that's coming out, right? And other games that we don't know about, but they know about that's coming out. We got Horizon that's probably September. Let's stick with that for now, and let's try to produce more consoles, put it in more hands of actual players, and God of War would be the game of 2022. So that's what I say.
All right.
With that said, there's a story that broke that PS5 has more than 25 exclusive games in active development right now for major
Good news.
studios.
It's good news.
More exclusives than the PS4. That's insane.
Yeah.
And that's the strategy, right? The strategy was to double down on single player experiences. And just as a side note, like, to be fair, Microsoft has like 23 studios, right? So if each studio is working on one game, that right there matches what Sony has, right? As far as exclusives.
sure.
Well, possibly, because
Right.
Sony, I mean, Xbox, I don't think nothing's really exclusive, just like PC or Xbox, right?
Well, console exclusive at least.
Console exclusive.
Yeah. Yeah. Most
Yeah.
of the stuff is cross-platform, if not all of the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm more excited about more Sony exclusive than Xbox exclusives, just because Sony does more the single player story driven experiences, the things that I like.
Right.
compared
The
to
Last of Us 2s, the Spider-Mans, right?
The Ghost of Tsushima.
Tsushimas. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
More so than what Xbox produces, which are like RPGs and multiplayer.
Yeah. They're a little more focused on the online capabilities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not looking for. I mean, I'm looking forward to Halo, but I'm looking forward to Halo the single player, not the multiplayer, which is what they're going to double down on, right?
Right.
And
Right.
and the new, with StarCraft and Elder Scrolls RPGs.
Starfield?
Starfield. There's more leaks that came out with Starfield. I don't know if you've seen that.
Not yet.
I didn't post it in the stories because it came out late, but I'm not really excited for those games. I'll
enough.
try it, but those aren't experiences that I want. Like, I'm like super excited, super hyped for. So
Well, I mean, I'll say this. You mentioned it briefly, is that people can't get consoles. So I'm not dogging Sony because I know it's not their fault. Not dogging Microsoft. It's not their fault. There's a chip shortage. There's only so many plants that produce the chips that are needed for graphics cards, consoles, cell phones, whatever. It's just, it is what it is, right? But to say that 25 games are coming out is great. I don't have a PS5 to play them on. So that's kind of the big problem at hand. And I don't know how you solve that. I don't think Sony's the one necessarily to solve that. Maybe they can help facilitate getting these chip shortage remedied, but it's not necessarily them. It's the fabrication plant. So
But I don't know what. I mean, listen, that's true. And I'm not going to lie, I'm more impressed with the PS4 sales than I am with the PS5 sales. Because the I mean, they're neck and neck. Like, the PS5 outperforms the PS4 by like 200,000 copies, right? 300,000 copies. All right.
Of the system or the games?
Systems.
Okay. Yeah.
So, it's not like this is big, they're selling millions more than they did the PS4. Like, right on pace, they're around a couple of 100,000 off, right? And in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much. But for the PS5, it's mostly going to scalpers, right? Where the PS4 went, into people's houses. People were actually buying PS4s.
Right. After the initial couple of months of the hype and all that, like after Christmas, it kind of became a little bit easier.
Well, you can get it in the store. You can get it in the store.
Yeah.
Right? So if you really wanted it, you wait in line. And you can get it in the stores. They got more than 4 or 5 copies. They got, 15 copies, 15 units in the stores.
Right.
So
it was a test of endurance. If you really wanted it,
Yes.
you could get it, as opposed to a test of your internet connection.
So
It's true.
and your patience to refresh.
Yeah, you spend the whole damn day doing it.
So I'm a little bit more impressed with the PS4 sales than the PS5 sales. We'll see. It's a game changer when everything starts to open up. Chip shortages would be a thing of the past, and you can actually go to GameStop and buy it. Right?
Oh,
then I'll be impressed when it's sold out. Impressed when it's sold out.
The dream, Dan. The dream. Yeah.
But I just want to know this: we have Ratchet and Clank next month. We know about God of War being delayed, and we know about Horizon, the new Horizon game. So that's 3 exclusives right there. So, and they're all in active development. Well, I don't know if you still count Ratchet and Clank as still active development. What are the other 3? What are the other 3 exclusives? We know it ain't Days Gone 2.
Knack, baby. Knack 3. It's happening.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
That's the meme, right?
I'll
it's
take
the game that nobody wanted. It came out, and it was all right. It's Knack, and then they're like, "Hey, Knack 2." So, okay,
I'll take it. I'll take Knack 2.
Knack 3, baby. There you go. That's the exclusive. Couldn't tell you. Could be anything. It'd be hard to say since they did some restructuring of some of their studios.
What would you want to see one of those exclusive games be? What would you want to see? I want Ghost of Tsushima 2. I hope that's in development.
No. Ghost of Tsushima, yeah, sure. Yeah, great. But give me a new Wipeout.
You stay with this Wipeout.
Give me a new Wipeout, man.
Who owns Wipeout?
Give me like a Wipeout. Give me a Wipeout 2034 or whatever it is, because it keeps going in the future.
Who owns Wipeout right now?
Sony. Yeah.
It's Sony?
Yeah.
Sony?
So it used to be Psygnosis.
Yeah, it was on the Saturn.
It was on the Saturn, it was on PlayStation and on the PC. And N64, there's a Wipeout 64.
And it was in N64, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And Sony bought them right after the first game came out, if I remember correctly, Psygnosis. And they got enveloped into Sony. Sony Leeds, maybe, was the studio. I forget. But they still own it. They still own it.
I want a Twisted Metal game.
Oh, I'll take that. Twisted Metal was Insomniac?
No,
I think so.
I don't think it was Insomniac. You sure about that?
I'm gonna look it up right now. Twisted Metal developer. Oh, Incognito.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so I don't think anybody owns Incognito Studios. I'm assuming they're still around.
We're talking about a franchise that needs to be revitalized. They could do something with that.
And it's been almost exclusively PlayStation. There was one Microsoft Windows version, I think. But yeah, the last one to come out was Twisted Metal Black, the remake.
Yeah,
Black was the PS2 one, which was fantastic. And they redid it in 2015. So yeah, I could be down with that. That's like, those are right around the same time too. That was like peak 90s video gaming right there.
So let's talk about getting the systems, right? I think GameStop does it right. They do give you bundles, but they give you a chance to buy it through bundles, right?
Right, because scalpers aren't going to buy a bundle.
Yeah. Scalpers aren't buying bundles. Best Buy has this waiting system where you go in, you wait for like an hour, and then once you actually get in, it's sold out. Yeah. So I don't like that system. Just give me bundles. Just give me the bundles. I'm sorry.
Dan Robinson,
Microsoft
wanting to give back to the economy.
There we go. Take my money. Take my money. So look, Microsoft is making it easier for people to buy an Xbox Series X and Series S through a program system. So like an Xbox. I think this is cool, right? You sign up for a waiting list if you have you get into this program and you can actually pre-order it later on. I was thinking maybe both companies should do something like if you have an Xbox Live account or you have a PlayStation Plus account, but then scalpers would just make fake accounts and we have all these fake accounts made.
Right.
So I don't think that works.
You burn the $13 to $15 a month or $10 a month just to get the opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It's ABC interesting.
1, 2, 3 profile, and you have the 1, 2, 3 ABC profile, and you just keep going with the infinite numbers.
I'm gonna add a little I'm gonna add a little bit to that to make that work a little better. You have to still have an active Xbox Live account when your ticket comes up. So you don't know when. It could be in a month. It could be 2 months. It could be 3 months.
That's true.
Right?
They would have to keep paying for it.
Right.
Yeah,
and they're already like whatever they're gonna like sell it for as a profit, right? So it's, let's say it's a Series X. It's minimum $500. They're gonna sell it for a minimum of $700. You get it for under $700, I would be very, very surprised. So at least $700 just for the system itself. So every month they're burning like $10, I think Xbox Live is, if you buy it like not as like a prepaid for a year or 3 months or whatever. I think it's like $10 a month, which is $120 a year. So they're already starting to chip away at some of their profits. I mean, maybe they would do that, but
no, but you're right. Now that would make sense if you had if that's the case. If you have a PlayStation Plus account, I was saying, hey, pre-orders go live at this point, right? But if it's a surprise, then yeah, that makes sense. Hey, if you have an active PlayStation Plus account or an Xbox Live account, then you can pre-order it. Whenever they go live, we don't know when it's going to go live. I can be down with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea.
And each
anything
profile
to
can
stem
only pre-order 2, not more than 2.
Pre-order 1? Why 2? Who needs 2?
Well, I mean, hey Dave, you forgot. I got it for you. I got you one. I can't get more than one.
That would be fantastic. But that scenario, yeah, that's not gonna happen on the regular.
So
It's gonna be one for me and one to make some profit on, for sure.
No, it's gonna be one to me, buddy. Okay, it'll be one for you, one for me. Come on.
Oh well, I mean, okay, if we're going on a scenario of hey, we don't have any consoles and we each managed to get the opportunity to buy them, yeah, we would buy them for each other for sure. But I don't think anybody else is doing that.
No. Yeah, I was just saying, hey, look. You can pre-order 2, right? Because maybe your friend wants one, or you want one, right? Or I don't know. I was trying to be positive, and put out good energy.
I get it, but the scalpers are gonna like take advantage of that, and they're gonna go.
All right, so you can only pre-order 1 then. All right.
Yeah,
all right,
exactly.
We'll go back to reality.
Exactly.
All right. Speaking of reality, did you realize we haven't had a Donkey Kong game, a new one, since 2014? The Wii U. Was the last time we got a brand new Donkey Kong game. And
if you want to count the Tropical Freeze remaster, it's a remaster. But okay,
it's a port. It's just
fair enough. A brand new, unique Donkey Kong game. You're right. 2014 on the Wii U.
So
which is crazy.
The rumors are that the studio that made Mario Odyssey is going to be making a 3D Donkey Kong game.
Mm-hmm.
And Nintendo Life has said that they haven't heard any of that, but they did hear that there would be a 2.5 Donkey Kong game.
Mm-hmm.
So all the rumors are ramping up that we're going to get an actual Donkey Kong game. That makes sense. I think there's an anniversary here. I think it's this year, if I'm not mistaken, of Donkey Kong. Is it, or is it next year?
Donkey Kong was 81, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, then that's this year then. We're in 2021.
Yeah, July 9th, 1981. Yeah. So
I think
they could totally like announce something at E3.
So we haven't had a 3D Donkey Kong game since Donkey Kong 64. As a matter of fact, I think that was the only 3D Donkey Kong game we ever got.
That's right.
What would you rather have? A 3D Mario Odyssey style Donkey Kong game that wasn't a collectathon?
Mm-hmm.
with a good story, or would you want a 2.5D sort of side scroller Donkey Kong game?
Yes.
Which one? You said yes. Which one?
Yes. It doesn't matter. Yes.
Yes.
Either.
Both.
Yes.
Okay.
The answer is yes. Would a 3D game be awesome? Sure. Would a 2.5 game be awesome? Sure. Because it's Nintendo. I think it'd be cool for them to do the 3D thing, because
I would want a 3D game. I would want a 3D game in that world, open world, open-ish world, Mario Odyssey style Donkey Kong game, where it's a compelling story that I gotta, it's like as compelling as Nintendo can be, right? I gotta get all the bananas or something. They stole all the bananas or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, they've all been good games. They've all been done by various studios, Rare, Retro, and Rare and Retro, I think, were some of the most prominent ones. But yeah, I mean, I think it'd be great. Whoever ends up making this game, I don't know if it's going to be Retro Studios. It seems like it's not. I think you said before the show that it was a different studio.
I think it's a different. No, the rumor is a different studio. It's not Retro. Mm-hmm. They're working on Metroid Prime 4. All hands on deck for that.
All hands on deck for that. Yeah.
Yes, that needs to be good.
Which I'm okay with, because Metroid over Donkey Kong any day. I'm sorry. But I think though, because I mean Nintendo is very cautious about their properties, so whoever they get to do this, it's gonna be good. And I think I'm kind of with you. I think I'm leaning a little towards the kind of 3D open world, just as long as the menu system isn't that complex, right?
Take me to the next level. Take me to the next level.
You got to go in the banana boat and cross the sea, and then boom, there it is.
Just take me to the next level.
Tiny little cutscene.
Yeah, don't hit me with after I beat this boss and get all the bananas. You take me to the banana menu, and it's like I can customize.
You got it. You have to spend your banana
photo
points.
Album, bananas.
Yeah,
I can do all of this. I can go make some banana soup and make some plantains. I don't want any of that. Just send me to the next level that I got to go beat the next boss. That's all I want. I'm anti-menu. I'm sorry.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. But you know what? You want to talk about anti-something? Looks like Target is anti-Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Target is now they're suspending the sales of Pokemon cards because they said it's getting too violent. Where Walmart said that they're not going to suspend Pokemon cards. Because you know what? We sell guns too, so it's not that violent.
Well, let's put some context behind the story. So apparently, there was a incident where somebody pulled a gun at a Target, trying to get some trading cards. All right. Apparently, they were sports trading cards, not necessarily Pokemon per se, but they are in high demand. All those cards are in high demand for whatever reason. They're back in vogue now. Everybody wants one. Somebody like pulls out a gun over them. That's pretty bad. So I understand where Target's coming from, and they're legit losing sales because of this. So I think they're doing the morally right thing in this case.
I want some Pokemon cards now. It's like I mean listen,
you buy them online on Amazon.
Well, I mean, apparently, it's a loot box, right? Every time you buy it, it's whatever you get.
It's exactly yes. It's 100% a loot box. It's a freaking crapshoot. But yeah, man, that's weird. I would never think that.
If I pull a gun, I better get Little Simpson, not no Pokemon cards. I'm sorry. I better get Panzer Dragoon.
It's all about what you're into. It's all about what you're into.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. One thing I'll say about this whole phenomenon, I guess, this trading card phenomenon thing, and like whatever else, is that.
I still have my trading cards when I was a kid.
Well, yeah, I know. But I mean, it was never you walk into a Dick's Sporting Goods or like a Modell's trying to get the the Topps cards, and someone's not going to come up and go, "Yo, give me that Cal Ripken rookie." Come on.
I fought someone for my Flair 99s.
Oh my God. Stop. Yeah, it was never that serious over these cards. But I will say I have seen a rise in, or I've seen a trend of people on YouTube celebrities having channels. Some of them dedicated, others just kind of riding the wave, like Logan Paul, right? He's got his Impulsive podcast, and he does a whole episode where he opens up Pokemon cards. This guy doesn't care about Pokemon. He doesn't play the trading card game. He
just wants your attention.
Exactly.
And he got it.
He's increasing the hype, right? Yeah. When he goes bananas, and he found like a super rare card, which he sold for a hell of a ton of money, which, like, Christ, that's like a whole nother thing. But
well, listen, J-Lo's mom won the lotto, okay? I mean, she won like $5 million.
Good for her, good for her.
I think she ended up donating it, though.
Good. Yeah, no, I remember that story from back in the day. Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, okay, yeah, right. But you know what this means, though, right? Ultimately, it means we need to go Walmart and buy some Pokemon cards. If it could work for Logan Paul, it could work for us. We could just take the whole podcast.
I
and
mean,
start
right?
Pokemon cards.
To the moon with Pokemon cards.
That's
to
what
the
we
moon.
should do. That's what we should do.
It's tempting, man. Let's buy a couple blind boxes and see what's up.
That should be the first video we post on our YouTube channel.
Oh my God.
Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
We'll do gangbuster numbers, baby.
Hey, we could get that. We could get that shiny Pikachu when it's all over.
What happens if we actually do? Will we sell it?
Yes. What are we gonna do with this shiny Pikachu card? Other than
what you gonna do with little
crease it?
Samson? What you gonna do with little Samson if you have?
I'm gonna keep it and love it like it's my child.
You're gonna love it better than your child.
Exactly, because I don't have a child. So.
All right.
Ugh.
In our final story today, it looks like Apple is reportedly working on a Switch-like hybrid gaming console. I got to be honest. When I first heard this story, I said, "Of course they're working on it. Like everybody's working on whatever the new hot thing is. Everybody's going to work on an alternative to see if it's something that they can do." Right? I joke about the Vita 2 is going to be announced at every E3.
Of course.
Spoilers.
You're holding on to that.
Spoilers. When we have E3 predictions in a few weeks,
You're gonna predict the Vita 2 again?
Vita 2 is gonna be. Well,
Listen.
a Sony handheld will be predicted. Of course, Sony has has like 1,000 prototypes of another handheld system, PSP2 or Vita 2 or whatever you want to call it.
I mean, I don't.
Microsoft had a prototype for a handheld console. So,
Well, they were tied to the Gizmodo and whatnot, but sure, yeah, they definitely put some R&D into it.
So of course, Apple had the Pippin, which was terrible, right?
Yeah, Dan, they tried and failed.
I know. Why would they call it Pippin? You call it Jordan. That's what make it work. You don't call it
See, there you go. You can't be second best. You got to be the best.
Pippin. You got to be the best.
I understand.
I'm saying this got out. I mean, it was like a Korean manufacturer, a Korean outlet that sort of leaked this. But I think this is a bunch about nothing. I don't think Apple's going to get into the video game business. If they did, they have enough money to buy. I think I heard on CNN, like Apple or CNBC Business, that Apple had like enough money to buy like three Disneys, Disney companies.
Yeah.
So
they are one of the top companies. They're like top 5 companies, I think.
Yeah. So
America.
they can, if they were gonna get into the business, they would just like buy Sony. If that was the case, like they would buy their way in. I don't think they would create something from scratch.
They could potentially do that. I mean, you would need to buy Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo, and none of them are.
Buy Sega and come out with the Dreamcast 2. It'll look just like
that's terrible. They got out of the business because they messed up so many times.
Oh, yeah, but now they got that Apple money. They got that iPhone money. They can do it.
It's okay. So I would equate it to this. Because, like, I get where you're coming from. Like, you look at the market and you go, oh, hey, video games are hot or whatever's hot, right? And everyone's trying to do...
It's the biggest entertainment business.
That's right. But everyone's trying to do streaming services now, right? Everybody with money. So Google is trying and failing. Amazon is trying and failing. Walmart wants to try because they have a ton of money. Verizon is apparently trying because they have a ton of money. Nobody's done it right but Microsoft with the xCloud so far. And even that's still got like a ways to go, and the whole thing is still kind of in its infancy. We had OnLive way back in the day, which was a thing, and it was just a little too early. So if a company like Google can do it, right? I respect Apple. I think they make beautiful products. I think they do a lot of things right. I will give them that. But they have zero game expertise. They've developed zero games. They have zero in-house game studios. Right? It's the fact that people make games.
Once upon a time, Microsoft had no experience either.
I know, and it was a big uphill battle for them to get in. The Xbox, I think, was a failure. They cost them a lot of money.
I disagree.
But that got them to the 360, though. And the 360 was the thing that turned the tide for Microsoft. Because everybody at the time in 2000, when everyone said like, oh, Microsoft's making a console, oh, it's got a hard drive, it's just going to be a PC in a box. And it was a PC in a box. It was off-the-shelf parts in a giant case with like a big fan on it, and that was it. But they needed to like spend those 5 years to get to the 360.
I know,
and
but
then,
once upon a time, Sony had no experience in video game business. Microsoft
well, that's
had
the
no
thing.
experience
That's
in
the
video
thing.
game
They had
business. And now they're the two biggest companies.
They had experience in
didn't have
optical.
experience.
They had experience in optical drives, and that's why Nintendo was like, "Hey, Sony," and then they said, come here, Philips. So
I know, but
they were moonlighting with Philips, and Sony said, "No." They said, "You're not going to spite us like that." And out of spite, I think they made the Sony PlayStation. They're like, we're gonna take this tech and we're gonna go ahead and crush it.
I'm gonna go put my devil's advocate hat on. Okay.
Oh boy, here we go.
Apple has a lot
You've
of
been
money.
wearing that all show, Dan.
Apple has a lot of money. Okay, one
do?
of the richest companies in the world.
I'm not denying that. Yeah.
They have a great creative team.
Also
right?
true.
Right. So, and they have Apple Arcade. So they have sort of a ecosystem, and they can buy exclusives.
They do, and they could.
So I think they could come up with something. I just don't think they should come up with something right now.
Would this not just be a glorified Apple Arcade?
I think it would,
because that's what it would be.
I think it would be. I think they're probably thinking of it from xCloud, right? You can play Apple Arcade on the go, right, on your phone, and
you can do that currently though.
And you could put that, hook up this device on your phone to your 3D your Apple TV or do something with a bigger screen, right? And have their Joy-Con like controllers.
Sure.
The one thing that's holding mobile gaming back as far as being like serious gaming is using a touchpad as a controller. It just doesn't work.
It
right?
depends on the game. Like some games work, some games don't. Like a fighting game is never going to work.
Like I said, hardcore gaming, not Angry Birds. Angry Birds. Yeah.
Listen, Angry Birds is a great experience.
I know, but playing Sonic on my phone sucks. It just does.
Right.
Because of the touchscreen. Right. It just doesn't work.
You can play Sayonara Wild Hearts, which is a great game and super aesthetic. It's very
but
low
I can't
pressure.
Play Uncharted. I can't play Uncharted. I think that's what they want. Everyone's trying to figure out how can you get that console experience on the go. I don't think so. I think they would have broken in by now. And they're trying. They just haven't made it yet. It's something that's going to happen in 2035.
I don't know about that. I just don't think that's their MO, right? They make beautiful hardware and a great OS and a seamless experience. And if people want to put games on there, they go great. And they capitalized on it with the Apple Arcade. They said, you know what? There's a lot of beautiful games. Let's go and make a cordoned off thing. Let's make a service.
For a brief moment, the industry had 4 major players.
That's right.
For like a year.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Right? Like you go to E3, you saw the Sega booth with the Dreamcast games. You saw the Xbox, you see the PS2, and you saw the GameCube, right? And then that was it for Sega that year.
Yep.
But you had that brief moment where you had 4 consoles, and if Sega was doing the right thing and had money, because they wasted a lot of money, right? And they had money behind them, how this industry would have looked with 4 major console developers going at each other, right? Because honestly, right now it's just 2. I don't even look at Nintendo as competition, right?
They're doing their own.
Nintendo does it. Yeah, so I think we could have a third pillar in the like hardcore gaming space. And I would love to see it. And I would love to see like a video game direct in an Apple style, right? That would be awesome.
Well, here's the thing though, right? The only thing that makes this work is the exclusives.
Just buy Sega. You'll have Atlas off the back. You'll have a presence in Japan.
I mean, you would, but you have to do that, though. You have to get things that can't be played anywhere else, right? That's the only way that works. right? You know, we've said it before 1,000 times. Like, why do we want to play the Atari VCS or the Intellivision Amico?
It would suck for
They've got
Sony.
nothing on it. There's no exclusives.
I know, but it would suck for Sony if they bought like Sega and they had Atlas, because you got Judgment. Where, I mean, there was just an announcement the other day where they said that Judgment's going to be their traditional style open world fighting, like GTA style game, where the Yakuza games going forward will be sort of RPG-ish. Mm-hmm. Just like Yakuza Like a Dragon, which I surprisingly like.
Yeah.
So, and that would be exclusive to Apple Arcade System or whatever.
Right, but
the Dreamcast.
It doesn't work without that, right? The tech isn't going to wow anybody. You can have a great, beautiful UI, which they would. That's not going to wow anybody. It would be the most
expensive console because everything Apple would be expensive.
Well, there's that too. You're gonna get all the hipsters in Williamsburg that are gonna buy it to play their Sayonara Wild Hearts. See, okay, that's another thing too. I don't think you're gonna get the intersection of hardcore gamers and people that care about the design and aesthetic and whatever else and are really into all that. So, you can have a beautiful UI.
It'd be the first $1,000 console.
See, yeah, there's just so many things that just, to me, says no. Like, you have to buy a studio because they know nothing about game development, right? As good as a company as they are, they know nothing about game development.
You buy Sega.
Well, you have to. You have to buy Sega or some other big company, which Microsoft and Sony are already kind of whipping their wallets out and going, you. So who are you gonna have left? Sega, Capcom, maybe. But I don't know, like
Capcom, Resident Evil, right? Exclusive to Apple platforms, right? And you'll have Street Fighter, exclusive to Apple platforms. You get a 6-button controller. Like, I mean, they have a lot of games. I mean, that makes sense. They would have a foothold in Japan because those are Japanese-centric games,
right? It would be nice. Companies. It would be nice to think about, but again, if Apple does get into that, it's going to be a streaming thing. It's not going to be a regular console.
Yeah, I know. I'm just dreaming. I'm dreaming.
Then what's the? Well,
they are making a VR headset, right? They said they were working on a VR headset.
I guess so. I didn't actually hear about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that I could see. I think they could really make kind of a nice bespoke thing that you could use with your iPhone and like whatever else. I think people will make games for it for sure. They'll make games for it. But Apple's not gonna. Apple's just gonna throw the tech out.
Apple can whip out the money.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, or they could just buy Stadia when it eventually folds, because
yeah. Another 6 months? Yeah, another 6 months.
Yeah. So, all right, that's it for the news. Mm-hmm. Dave, we're recording early.
Yep.
So we have the weekend ahead of us. What do you got planned this weekend? Anything cool?
Well, I got an impromptu birthday party. Not for me, obviously, because it's not my birthday, but yours is coming up.
You're not 50 yet.
Yeah, no, I'm doing a good thing for a friend of mine. She needs a place to have a birthday. I have a backyard. Fast forward, tomorrow we're doing a little birthday thing. So that should be kind of cool. And I got big news on the deck front. My door is in. They have the door. It's ready to go. The door is the gateway to my deck.
The door is the reason why you haven't been actively pursuing a PS5.
That's exactly right. Well, the whole entire deck. I mean, the door, granted, is expensive, but the whole like deck thing is just like, woof. Yeah, it's a lot. So I'm super excited for that. Should be a good time. But how about you?
I want to finish. I was binge watching Jupiter's Legacy on Netflix. Yeah. That was like their version of The Boys from Amazon.
Interesting.
Where it's superheroes with real life issues, so it's like a reality superhero, right?
Okay.
And I mean, it's like half of modern day and half of how they got the origin story of how they got the powers. I think how they got the powers is kind of dumb. I think just the premise of how I get like them getting the powers part, but how they get to that part to get the powers, I think is dumb.
Okay. But you're still in on the show.
I'm in on the show because I'm in a modern day. Superman has everyday issues, right?
It's interesting, right?
You
'Cause
know,
think of
his
superheroes
daughter's on
and-
his daughter's on drugs, and his son is insecure because everybody can't live up to being Superman. I'm just gonna
Right.
say Superman, right?
Yeah. As the stand-in for the titular hero,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and you know, Superman has to discipline his kids, and it's how do you discipline a kid using drugs when they have superpowers too?
Is it different enough than The Boys? Because The Boys already tried to do that. What if superheroes were dicks? Is really the conceit of that show.
Yeah, but that's the difference, though. It was what if superheroes are dicks was The Boys. This is superheroes with like everyday issues.
Real world problems, right? Because
Yeah,
everybody
real
focuses on the super part, right? Because you want to
Yeah.
see the larger than life characters. And here's a
Yeah.
different spin. It is like,
And it's-
Superman still got to eat. He's still got a family, right?
And it's the same premise of Superman being too strong, right? Like these guys are really strong, and they're getting their ass beat by like supervillains right now, and it's like, you know, we don't want to kill. That's the code. And then one of them kills, and it's like, oh my god, you killed him. Like, what if Superman actually killed the Joker, and we got rid of the Joker, and there's no more Joker, and he's not doing bad things anymore.
Right. Batman wouldn't do that. Superman may do that. He may break some backs.
So, you know, it's like, how do they dealing with the consequences of like killing, like, because that's against the code. You can't kill.
Right.
And then there's a twist. Obviously, I'm not going to say anything about that. It threw me for a loop. And I'm usually, you know, since I took a couple of classes in film, not a film connoisseur by any means, but I learned how to look at it from a technical standpoint. I can see things coming at me. I didn't see this coming at all.
Wow, the big twist. There you go. You get him Night Shyamalan. Right?
I didn't see, yeah. So I got
You
one more
didn't.
episode.
You didn't know that Bruce Willis was dead the whole time.
I got to
You're
finish
like,
the last
"Whoa!"
episode. I got to finish the last episode. I didn't finish it. I was like half sleeping watching it because I was binging the whole thing.
Yeah,
So I got to go back and watch the whole thing over again.
Nice.
So that, and I want to go back into Nier Replicant 1.27896 ABC 4897777247889.
8675309.
Yeah.
Near, I got your number.
90210.
So Jupiter's Legacy on Netflix, Hulu.
Yes, Netflix. It's only 8 episodes.
I'll
So
have to check it out.
easy
Good deal.
watch.
All right. Well, folks, that's it. That kind of closes the book on episode 270. We want to thank you guys for listening to the show, liking, commenting, doing all the good stuff that you guys do. If you want to interact with us, and we know that you do, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. Also, before we go, we are part of the Gaming Podcast Alliance. You can check out all of the fine podcasts featured on there if you're looking for more gaming goodness at gamingpodcastalliance.com. So, please listen, like, rate, review, and subscribe. And as always,
Keep gaming.